Now this will be the second video in the series of beta oxidation. In the first video, we talked about how the free fatty acids are transported from adipose tissue to the target cells where they are metabolized. We also talked about how the free fatty acids enter into the cytoplasm and the mitochondria. Now in this video, we will be talking about the oxidative catabolism of fatty acids that takes place inside the mitochondrial matrix. Now let's talk about what happens in the mitochondrial matrix, which is the complex part of the beta oxidation. What you're seeing is the basic formula of a fatty acid in which a side chain is attached to the carboxyl functional group. In this compound, if we remove the hydrogen atom and attach a CoA group to this compound, this becomes a fatty acyl CoA. The word fatty in the name fatty acyl CoA can be replaced depending upon the length of the side chain that is attached to the functional group. For example, a side chain with 16 carbons, the fatty acid will be called palmitoyl CoA, and a fatty acid with a side chain of 14 carbons will be called myristoyl CoA, and 12 carbons will be called lauryl CoA. When this fatty acyl CoA enters into the matrix of the mitochondria by the carnitine shuttle mechanism, it is acted upon by 4 enzymes whose main job is to remove 2 carbon atoms from the parent fatty acid. Now these reactions lead to generation of 2 molecules. One is the acetyl CoA and the second molecule is a new fatty acyl CoA which is 2 carbons shorter than the original parent fatty acid, which in this case will be a 14 carbon compound called myristoyl CoA. Now the cool part about this beta oxidation pathway is that the newly formed fatty acyl CoA, which is 2 carbon less than the parent compound, re-enters this pathway. So now we begin with the 14 carbon compound, the myristoyl CoA. This is acted upon by the same 4 enzymes, and this leads to generation of a new fatty acid which is 12 carbon compound fatty acid. This also leads to generation of a new molecule of acetyl CoA. With every cycle of beta oxidation, the fatty acid side chain gets shorter, and palmitoyl CoA, when completely metabolized by these 4 enzymes, gives rise to 8 molecules of acetyl CoA. Now let's look at how a 16 carbon fatty acid, the palmitoyl CoA, is broken down completely into 8 molecules of acetyl CoA through the process of beta oxidation in mitochondrial matrix. So we begin this example with this 16 carbon fatty acid which is called palmitoyl CoA. You can see the alpha and the beta carbons of this fatty acid. The first reaction that takes place in the series of beta oxidation is a dehydrogenation reaction, which means removal of hydrogen. Hydrogen atoms are removed along the beta and the alpha carbons, which causes the formation of a double bond between them. The compound that is produced is called trans-enoyl CoA, and the enzyme that catalyzes this reaction is called acyl CoA dehydrogenase. You can see clearly that the hydrogen atoms are removed from the alpha and the beta carbons, and these hydrogen atoms are then donated to the electron acceptor, which in this case will be the FAD, which is reduced to FADH2. The resultant molecule is called trans-anyl-CoA because the two hydrogen atoms are now in trans state. The second reaction that takes place in the series of beta oxidation is a hydration reaction, which means addition of water. Water is added around the alpha and the beta carbons. A hydroxyl group is added to the beta carbon and a hydrogen atom around the alpha carbon, and the compound produced is called hydroxyacyl-CoA, and the enzyme involved is anyl-CoA hydratase. The third reaction involved is again a dehydrogenation reaction. Hydrogen is removed from the beta carbon of hydroxyacyl-CoA, which causes the formation of a double bond between carbon and oxygen atom. The hydrogen removed is accepted in this case by NAD, which is reduced to NADH. And this reaction is catalyzed by the enzyme hydroxyacyl-CoA dehydrogenase, and the compound produced is called ketoacyl-CoA. The ketoacyl-CoA is a much more symmetric and balanced molecule which can be broken down into two molecules. So the last reaction involved is a cleavage reaction called thiolysis. This reaction also uses a molecule of coenzyme A, and it is catalyzed by the enzyme thiolase. The ketoacyl-CoA is then broken down into two molecules. The first is a new fatty acid which has a side chain of 14 carbons called myristoyl-CoA, and the second molecule is acetyl-CoA. Take a closer look at this reaction and try to understand how the ketoacyl-CoA is broken down into these two molecules. The first three reactions involved in the series of beta oxidation just prepare the fatty acyl-CoA to a more balanced and symmetric molecule which can be broken down into two molecules. The myristoyl-CoA produced again enters the series of beta oxidation, and it is completely utilized to form 8 molecules of acetyl-CoA through the similar reactions. Let's talk about the summary and the energy yield of beta oxidation. Up till now we have studied how a 16 carbon palmitoyl-CoA is converted into 8 molecules of acetyl-CoA. In these reactions we have also seen reducing equivalents are produced, that is the FADH2 and the NADH. Now for a 16 carbon fatty acid, the palmitoyl-CoA, to be completely broken down into 8 molecules of acetyl-CoA, it has to undergo 7 cycles of beta oxidation. During the 7th cycle of the beta oxidation, a 4 carbon side chain is left which is completely broken down into 2 molecules of acetyl-CoA. So after 7 cycles of beta oxidation, we have the following products. We have 8 molecules of acetyl-CoA, we have 7 molecules of NADH, and we have 7 molecules of FADH2. All these reactions takes place in the mitochondria, so we have the enzymes of Krebs cycle and electron transport chain in close proximity, where all of these substrates can be utilized. Now for the calculation of energy, 8 molecules of acetyl-CoA are fed to the Krebs cycle. The 7 molecules of NADH and FADH2 are fed to the electron transport chain for the production of energy. Now for calculation of how many ATPs are produced during the beta oxidation, you should know 1 molecule of acetyl-CoA gets 10 ATPs through the one cycle of Krebs cycle. Make sure to watch the video on Krebs cycle for better understanding of this topic. 1 molecule of NADH is equivalent to 3 ATPs and 1 molecule of FADH2 through electron transport chain gives 2 ATPs. But this is rarely the situation because not all of the time all the substrate is utilized in the electron transport chain, and also small amount of energy is also lost in transport and carrier proteins. So for energy calculation, we take 1 NADH is 2.5 ATPs and 1 molecule of FADH2 equivalent to 1.5 ATPs. So coming to the energy yield of beta oxidation of palmitoyl-CoA, 8 molecules of acetyl-CoA will give 80 ATPs through Krebs cycle. 7 molecules of NADH will give 17.5 ATPs through electron transport chain, and similarly 7 molecule of FADH2 will give 10.5 ATPs through the electron transport chain. In total we have 108 ATPs. From this, it is essential to deduct 2 ATPs which are utilized in the activation of palmitoyl-CoA. So the energy yield through a 16 carbon fatty acid is 106 ATPs per molecule of palmitoyl-CoA. So this was all about the process of beta oxidation. Thank you so much for watching this video.